Welcome all to DCA. We had an interesting episode last night, but I'm on the road, so I apologize for the poor quality video and audio. We might have
It's
to
all your
cut it.
fault, Mike.
It is. It is. I take full responsibility for the dump too. So it's because I left my power cord at home. But so yeah, we
Not
had
the
a
dump
really
in your brother's bathroom.
yes, not that kind of dump. So yeah, no, we had a really good talk last night, and I kind of wouldn't mind picking up and digging into that a little bit. I'll probably do an episode later this week. The sound issues and stuff that we were having last night, I spent today getting everything dialed in, so we won't have the echo anymore, and all that kind of stuff. Because I really would love to have a deeper conversation, and hopefully have the same people on. Because I mean, we were really having a good conversation, and and going deep on both TradFi, the crypto and macro events, and a lot of the stuff that's going on. Because I don't know about everybody out there, but it feels like everything's balancing on the head of a pin. It's
Mhm.
every time we pump, it's just like everyone's crossing their fingers. They're like, "Is it going to hold, or are we going to dump back down?" And so it's like it's almost like every time it pumps, you're like you hurry and want to sell some so you can buy it when it dips. But I know as soon as I do it, it's going to just freaking go to Valhalla, and I'm going to be pissed. So I'm just going to hold. But anyway, enough of me yammering. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing, brother?
Good, good. Yeah, Ethereum seems to have taken a beating way more than
Oh,
everything else. And it was great having TradFi Jeff on, to get his perspective on how the markets and stuff are affecting uh the crypto markets, and
mm,
how the stock buybacks affect the inflation of the
mm.
overvaluation of the price. And it was just really good to get his perspective. And he doesn't know a whole lot about crypto himself, so it's cool to really get that dynamic going. So
Well, and he's not tainted, because I mean, me
yeah.
and you and my brother, to an extent, and of course Drew, we're all tainted by crypto and hopium, and we
Hmm.
of course want our bags to pump, and wishful thinking, and all that jazz. But Jeff is the only one of us that has nothing to do with crypto, and he's a licensed
Mm.
financial advisor. I mean, his whole career, 25, 30 years has been in, as a financial advisor. That's what he does day in and day out. So, he's very in tune with the markets, and, macro, environments, and, just everything that's going on. So yeah, he's a great resource. I mean, we had a really good group of people on last night.
Hmm.
I was really glad Drew was able to make it. He has some really, really good insight, into the crypto markets and why we moved like we did, and kind of what the future might look like. But
Well, and
how's
his
everybody
background
doing?
is great because he has so many other things that he's involved with in crypto that he gets
Mm,
like a really deep understanding of what's going on, and other people's perspectives who are in it, like building companies and
yeah,
shit. So
yeah.
it's great.
Hey, what's up, Deadwood and IMJ? Appreciate you guys coming. We're just gonna probably chat a little bit more about what we were talking about last night, and just I'm on the road, so I didn't have a great chance to prepare today. I've been helping my brother here in Texas with an AI to do a bunch of managing for his social media. And actually, Jeff, I need to talk
Mm,
to your brother about our project. I found an AI that can write a bunch of the code for us, and,
okay.
and do the whole website and everything. So,
Oh shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let them know. Give them my number or something. Have them reach out to me, because I'm going to probably be
Hmm.
working on it tomorrow. So, yeah,
Okay.
actually, I'll just say it. Deadwood and IMJ. You'll be
Oh,
the first
children
ones to
go.
hear about it. We're actually we're actually building out. We want to build a DeFi aggregator. So
Mhm.
it's going to be different than pretty much everything else out there. We're going to start out with building out kind of the database, all the APIs that talk to Uniswap and all the different DeFi platforms, so that we can at first use it as a research tool, for liquidity pools and things like that. Hey, what's up, Chili?
Mhm.
And and eventually we want to add some functionality to where with AI and stuff like that, to where it can do a bunch of the research for you. And so it'll cut down a lot of time. Not everybody's like me and retired, so they don't have a ton of time. If you got responsibilities with family and work and chores and everything else, to be online for hours and hours looking at liquidity
Mhm.
pools and trying to figure out. And then eventually we want to have a portfolio tracker as well that can track the profitability and make sure track divergence loss and impermanent loss and things like that, to where you can ensure that your liquidity pools are performing for you. So I can set up
Yeah.
mining rigs, but I can't write code for shit. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not a much of a coder either. I can tweak code, to like change colors on a website, or move things around, but I can't write one from scratch. But I found a program that basically you feed it the database and stuff, and kind of the raw materials, and it will write the whole all the code for you, and you can tell it what to change, and in real time. If you want to change the colors, or where something's positioned, you just tell it, and it will do it. So yeah.
Yeah. Save you the headache and hassle, and also providing you like the well, kind of a tiered system, high risk, medium, and low risk, and only a select basket. We don't want to put all the meme stuff on there, and shilling or having all this other bullshit available. We just want it to be stuff that would be more beneficial for you to invest in, or us to invest in, because if we're going to invest in it, then we would think that it'd be at least something that other people might want to invest in, so to give that option. But yeah, no bullshit meme stuff or
I would
any.
love to find a way to filter, like in the filter, have it to where you can filter out the memes. There would need to be a way to identify, which ones were memes, and and definitely. Anyway, I don't want to get too in depth with that on here. I don't want to bore everybody, but just know, if any of you are interested, as we get closer, we'll let you know if you want to be a part of the free beta.
Yeah.
It's not going to be something, at least initially, where you're going to have to connect your wallet at all or anything like that. It's just going to be a research tool. And then
Oh,
as
speaking on the wallet, I was thinking, why not go the account abstraction route, where you don't need a wallet? You could use an email address
mm,
and do like a two-factor authentication or one-time password code, and have once you create the account with your email address, it has a wallet baked into it. So that way you don't have to have a seed phrase. It's like abstract. You create it, your account with your email, and it has the wallet in there already. So whatever, you don't
let's
have a seed phrase. And
let,
so
let,
yeah, it would
let's
keep people from having to
let's talk
download.
offline about that. That sounds interesting, because it'd be something that isn't on other platforms, and maybe a way to
Mhm.
mitigate risk, as far as like any kind of malicious smart
Yeah, because you
contracts or
deposit
anything like
funds
that.
to that, and then that wallet is like it's almost like a safe, like the
Or
safe
like a
wallet.
firewall. It'd be almost like a
Yeah.
firewall between your main hot wallet. So yeah, cool. So yeah, today, I know last night we sounded kind of a little bit bearish, and it kind of seems like that was on point, because we retraced today.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
we all those gains that we saw, for the most part, not totally down, but we lost about 80%. I know my portfolio.
ETH
Um,
is
well, I
down
went
below
up
where it
about
was.
yeah, I went up about 10K, and I'm back down about 8.
Okay. Yeah, plus or minus some other. Yeah, some of the alts didn't get hit as hard. But most of them, it looks like they did. Oh, DAG, DAG holding up pretty well. Yeah, some Plume. Oh yeah, what was that post that somebody commented on for you? The Plume
Oh,
USDC
where
pool.
they said it was going to rug.
Uh, so he was thinking about more like volatile or other kinds of liquidity pools. He probably didn't understand the full scope of like that kind of liquidity pool and its safety features, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was just like, yeah, that's an interesting take. Do you have anything to support that view? Like, tell me more about that. Because I'm like, Plume
Hmm.
is a little bit. I mean, the amount of partnerships they have with like Ondo and Chainlink and
Yeah.
like just reputable companies, BlackRock, and it's I don't see them rugging. If it's going to be successful or
Hmm.
not, or play a part in, in tokenization of real world assets, and what part that's going to be, that can be debated. But if
Yeah.
it's going to be a rug, I doubt it.
Yeah. It would have to be well, even like the meme pools, most of them don't get rugged unless it's just like a brand new token. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah.
it takes quite a bit of work to be able to do a liquidity pool for a token or a coin. So I mean, like rugs usually don't last long enough for liquidity pools to come to fruition. Not that I've seen
Hmm.
anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually entered that Plume liquidity pool that I was talking about a couple weeks ago, and it's at 246% last I looked. But it's an AMM, so there's no range,
Hmm.
and it's just like 246% just straight earning. So I put in $300 worth of Plume and 300 USDC to test the waters and just see how it does. If it does well, I'll plus it up. But I just kind of wanted to see how it would do.
Yeah. And that's, uh, I was kind of explaining to Rob earlier today a little more about the different liquidity pools and the AMMs and the concentrated and, really talking to him because he is a contractor and has to save up all of his tax money to pay at the beginning of the year because he has to like do his own.
Oh, at the end of the year, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you could probably take a little percentage of that and just keep it in a AMM that doesn't you don't have to worry about. You just stick a little bit in there and earn earn interest off that because it's just sitting in his bank. He's not earning shit, and that would be a lot safer than doing a concentrated pool. And
Even if he just did USDC like on and lent it out on Aave or something
Coinbase,
like that for
oh
like
Aave,
10%.
yeah.
I mean, that would cut down the amount of taxes, by 10% that he had to pay at the end of the year.
Oh shit. Could you take so for your taxes? Let's see. Could you take a loan out on what you have in crypto and then pay that in your taxes, but you're still earning the um
No, absolutely.
hmm
Because there's no tax on a loan. So I mean, if you
yeah.
put and not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, yada yada. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, you like he could technically take that money, put it on Aave,
Hmm.
lend it out for 5-10%, take out a loan against it for whatever his tax liability was, pay
Hmm.
that, and then but all year he'd be earning, and
Yeah.
then when he paid that, then he could use the. But the problem is then he'd be using like say the 5% that he was earning off lending. He could pay a chunk of it and pay it down, but if it wasn't the full amount, the loan is going to cost more than he's earning from lending. The
Yeah.
trick to that flywheel would be the fact that he could put it in there and earn all year, and take out a loan and do something with that to earn until it was tax time. That would have to be kind of what he did with that.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, hold on. No. What if he put the money in to lend, was earning, took out a loan against it, a low leverage loan, and then used that to DeFi, but did it in stable coins so to make sure that it didn't, get liquidated, and then use that, like he could kind of guesstimate, based off of what he makes, how much he needs to have available, and then just whenever it comes time, then he could use that. So like, say he had 10 grand in there, you could take out a $5,000 loan, so it'd only be like 50%, loan to value. So he could have the $5,000, ready to pay the loan, but have it be earning all year. And if he was able to make 100% on it, then it would basically pay his taxes for free.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy. We definitely have to play with it with like a small amount. I think it'd be really good to at least test out that, just to see these different strategies, and with like $100, just see what you would be able to do, if it'd be even worth going through that process. But I think once we really start getting a good understanding of DeFi, and we're going to find a whole host of applications. And I was in a Spaces last night that are things that we haven't really thought we could do with DeFi, because I was in a space last night and this guy was saying there were a couple hundred people in there and nobody really knew a lot about DeFi. That's when I tagged you in last night, it was I forget which post it was, but it was a Spaces post, and the guy brought up the fact that nobody knows how to use liquidity pools, and even the experienced people don't really. A lot of them don't utilize it much, and he's like, it's almost like printing, free, like it's kind of like free money.
No, but it is. It's crazy how few people use it or even know about it. Even in crypto, I had a hell of a time. Until I found that crypto research, crypto labs research, I was just winging it. I just took a couple $100 and was like, fuck it. I've lost a bunch on not a bunch, but I've lost it in day trading and stuff like that. I might as well give it a shot. And so that's kind of why I was reaching out to Drew and over at Blockchain Basement. It was like, hey, would you guys like a regular guest, or add our channel, because your knowledge of airdrops and the knowledge that I'm building up on doing DeFi. We have a nice little knowledge base going over here.
Yeah, and it's really good to get ahead of the game, because people are going to start flooding in, whether it's like later this year or what. The institutions are coming in, and I think even in a bear market, man, once states start buying crypto for their reserves and more companies start getting on the books, or they're more transparent about having crypto on their books. Many of them have crypto on the books, but they're not as transparent with it. But
and the crazy thing is I know I sound like I'm some sort of zealot or something, but in all the chats, and all the different crypto channels, but I'm trying to scream from the rooftops, telling people, learn DeFi, get into DeFi, and earn now, because what we're seeing now, these interest rates, the more people that flood in, it dilutes that earning potential. So once you start getting billions of dollars in these liquidity pools, unless you have a good chunk of money, you're not going to be seeing these 100% APRs and 200% APRs. You're going to be seeing 3%, 5%, a really, really good one might be 10%. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what they'll be, but just it's just, I mean, it's a simple math. If you have billions, if not trillions of dollars, in these liquidity pools, and you're trying to put in $2,000, your share of the fees is going to be, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I highly suggest, anybody that hasn't, dip your toe in, start with some lending, super low risk, do it on Aave or, something like that, very reputable, maybe do an AMM on Aerodrome or, on Uniswap, some places very established.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even staking, IMJ, great. I just restaked quite a bit of my holdings. I unstaked in December, so I was prepared to divest. But yeah, with this market, yeah, back to earning. See, and that's the thing is some of those staking, they lock it up. There's a 30-day or 28-day unlock that
Yeah.
you have to wait to
Yep.
earn 16%, APR or 5% APR. Just DeFi it, lend it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. There's been some airdrops that I staked in the past that they have like 2 weeks to a month lockup or cooldown period that once you unstake, you have to wait, 14 to 30 days, depending on whatever asset it is. But it's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
But
no, and
because I could have earned a lot more, in DeFi, knowing what I know now.
well, and even like Casper, like I have a ton of fucking Casper. I freaking hope to God it does something. I mean, they're doing great things, but as you all know, great tech and stuff like that doesn't always mean pumponomics. But yeah, I mean, it only has a 24-hour or like 16-hour unlock period. But dude, when it took a dump, when they got out that massive FUD, months ago, yeah, I mean, it's as soon as it happened, people that didn't have it staked, they were dumping it, and it was like clockwork. I mean, I could,
Mhm.
I was like, in 16 hours exactly, there's going to be another dump, and it was like, on the money. It was like right at about 16 hours, 17, 18 hours, just depending on when people heard about it and when they, started that process to unlock it. But yeah, it's just, yeah, staking is great for assets that you believe in and you're going to hold long term. But yeah, I would highly suggest looking at doing DeFi instead. You can
Mhm.
instantly, it's liquid. You can get it out. You can sell it. You can take out loans against it. There's just so many things you can do with it. And almost always the interest that you're going to earn, the yield you're going to earn is going to be better than staking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that IMJ. They just
Uphold.
started their staking program with Casper, which is awesome.
What are
I
they
think
earning? Yeah, more interest.
well, I think it's 13% there. Native staking on Casper.live is like 16 last I looked. So,
Okay.
Uphold takes 3% for themselves.
Yeah, I was thinking more about that Aave thing today that Drew brought up last night about, it possibly being a bank in itself, like
Mhm.
the bank of the blockchain and other entities like that being a bank style on the blockchain. Now, would would there be certain, I don't know, like investment tiers that they offer for institutions or companies as opposed to regular individuals? Like that, do you think now this would have to be done through a DAO vote, the governance vote? Everybody in the community votes on this proposal, says, hey, we want
Mhm.
to offer these investment options to more higher, higher tiered clients, because they don't really have anything like that now. It's just all kind of one thing, right? And if it's going to be a banking, thing, then
Well, here I'll bring it up real quick. Yeah, you can see that Plume liquidity pool with the market the way it is. It went from 200 and something to 6.8. So I mean, but that's good. Honestly,
yeah,
that's good. You
yeah,
want it to fluctuate like that because if it didn't, that's when you get things like Celsius and all that where it's not
yeah,
sustainable. You can't
yeah.
just always be paying out. It needs to fluctuate with the volume of the market. If they're paying out yields and they're not fluctuating, with the market, get out of it.
hmm
Get the
hmm
fuck out of it. It's not sustainable. So let me pull up Aave real quick.
I mean,
And let's take a look.
and really, like I think we could still go back up. I think we bounce. I mean, with that wick was really, really something the other day. So,
Yeah. So
they,
for the most part, Aave is. Can you see my screen?
yeah,
All
we
right.
see it.
Yeah, for the most part, Aave is just borrowing and lending. So you can see the supply APY. And it's not huge. Again, the way that the markets are right now, you're looking at, Tether right now is the best at 3.47. And
Oh
borrow,
yeah, and your borrows double. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
in that case, it wouldn't even be worth doing that style of loan lending
Well,
and
it could be.
borrowing.
It could be because you could lend here. Say that you lent Tether for 3.47 and then you
Okay.
borrowed at 6.45. We'll just say roughly that's half. So you end up paying about, three and a half or or not even three
Or
and a half, like
3%.
three.
Yes.
You end up
Yeah.
like paying 3% for the loan, which is a great rate. But then you figure
Yeah.
that with
Yeah.
that you take out, you could put somewhere else. I mean, well, you could even turn around and lend it.
Earn 50%.
Well, you could even turn around and lend it back on Aave and earn
Oh
another
yeah, true.
3.47% and be making like 0.5% on free money. So instead of like if you started with $10,000, took out 5,000, and correct me if I'm up in the night, but if you had 10,000 and you're making 3.47, take out 50% loan to value, you know, take that 5,000, put it back
Mhm.
in so that you're making another 3.47. No, that wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be right. It'd actually only be like 1.5 or 1.75 because it's only like half as much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, you can lend it on other platforms for more, I'm sure. I mean, I know places where you can lend, USDC and USDT for like 10, 20%. So,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
there's ways you can do it. There's definitely ways you can do it. Sorry, I don't have my full setup, so I'm like on a laptop with no mouse, and
No, you're
so I can't I can't do all the sexiness I usually do.
So what do you expect for the rest of the month? You think we
I think this
trend
week we're gonna pump again.
because of Friday? Oh yeah, we have the thing on Friday, the crypto summit, right?
Hmm. With
So
Ondo and Chainlink,
do we want
all
to talk
that.
about that a little bit? Um,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
um,
Here, I'll stop sharing in case there's something you want to share.
yeah, I'm just gonna pull something up on Grok because I actually only thing I know is what they posted the other day. Um, so let's see. Yeah, I'll just pull up what I see on Grok.
Oh, I'm back up to 7% on my Plume.
Ooh, we going up.
Dollar bill. Dollar bill.
You'll be making it rain at the strip.
Right, right.
So Friday, March 7th, we got the crypto summit. And I was listening to Jake earlier on this afternoon stream, and
I
he
was
was
too.
kind of going into all of it. But is he going to be there? I think he was trying to go.
He mentioned that he was going to go. He was getting beat up today. There was like an army of freaking like Trump haters and Elon haters in there today.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
I was like, man, I actually want to be on the stream with him and like, give him some backup because, yeah, I don't know what it is. People are just hating hard. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I think he did mention that he was going to be there.
Yeah, and I was in some other spaces and they were all talking about, the strategic reserve and how um the Treasury might be able to pass it into law because Trump can't really do anything right now
No,
except pump it, right? It
he
has to
can
go
bring
through.
up the idea. He can sign it into law if it ends up happening. But it's some legislators would have to basically draft something up,
Mhm.
get it through the House, get it through the Senate, all that jazz, and then that's really the only way that that has a path to fruition.
Yeah, and the I don't know if they'll do a zero capital gains tax. I think it'll be low. It would be nice if it was zero, but
Oh yeah.
it's much better than the 50%, right? It was going to be something ridiculous.
It was gonna be. I
Or
think right now, for was it short term capital gains is like 10 to 15, and long term is like up to 20 or 25 currently.
oh wait, is that opposite? I mean, short term is higher
Yeah, sorry,
than
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might be actually. Oh, what is short term? Because yeah, I'm actually going through my taxes right now. Um, I use Coin Ledger to do
Mhm.
my crypto taxes, and I've been using them for the past 2 years, and it's been fantastic. Um, a little bit of uh, a little bit of work on my end, but it's worth it. So for
Yeah, 10.
24 tax year, the rate's 10% to 37%.
Yeah, depending on
Okay.
how much. So like if you scroll down, it was showing the tax brackets.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
37% over 609,000.
It's
Okay.
and it's like really, it's like fucking really 37%.
It's now that's off of what you've made in
Yeah,
um
that's minus fees, that's minus your
yeah.
initial investment, all that stuff. But
Oh yeah,
still, it's like
37% kicks in above 700 and look at that. 100 and fucking 30 or 120 something $1,000 that you're paying in taxes, man.
and it's like, okay, where was the government? Like if I lose everything, where was the government? Whenever are
Mhm.
they going to pay me back 37%?
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, and the unrealized, like I don't see how people even go with that.
Oh, that was fucking ridiculous when they were talking about unrealized.
Yeah.
That would have destroyed like any investing whatsoever.
Well, and I'm just confused on people trying to defend it. It's how can you tax and stuff what's not even there? It's like, damn, go to the fucking homeless person and be like, hey, I need this $50 or I don't know, just something. It's so dumb.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I what I'm really hoping happens and soon is that the some sort of blockchain based tax
Yeah.
system where they
Hmm.
just say that there's a flat tax. Everyone is paid on the blockchain. So instead of getting paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever, you're paid, every hour, or whatever your salary is or whatever. It's just ticking into your account,
Mm-hmm.
constantly. It's just ticking into your account, just like your earnings on DeFi. It's just constantly ticking into your account, and as it's ticking into your account, a fraction, of whatever your flat tax is or whatever your tax is, comes out of it before it shows up in your account. And then there is no end of the year filing of taxes. There's no, any of that bullshit. It's just you paid your
Mm-hmm.
taxes. There's none of this weird, we know what you owe, but you're going to have to guess. And if you guess wrong, we're going to audit you and throw you in jail and take all your shit. It's like,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you a video of that. It's
who thought up this weird ass fucking system, like this fucking twisted ass guessing game of, we're going to
Mhm.
send you to fucking prison and fucking steal all your shit if you guess wrong.
Yeah. It's this guy who's talking to another guy. He's like, "Oh, you need to file your taxes," and he's like, "But why?" He's like, "Because we need them." And he's like, "Well, why don't you do them?" He's like, "Because they're your taxes." And he's like, "Well, I don't know how
Well,
to
how
do them."
much
He's
do I
like, "Well,
owe?
you have to do the calculations." He's
Yeah, yeah.
like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh my
Well, how much
god."
do I owe? It's like, well, we know that. Well, why don't you tell me? It's like, no, you need to
You
figure
have
it
tools
out.
for that.
It's like, what the fuck?
If I don't pay, we'll take your stuff. Okay, take my stuff. Well,
Oh
then you go
shit.
to jail.
Deadwood said Ondo's at 94 cents. I might need to buy some.
Ooh, it's time to go deep sea fishing.
Let's go take a look. Let's take a looky loo.
I feel like I'm earning more arrow that it's been lower than I was
Well,
before. I don't know if it's just because of the volatility, but
Well, you kind of are, because you're earning it, because it's a lower price.
mhm.
Um, I mean, your deposit amount has gone down. Well, it actually, it really depends. So if it's an arrow pool, it's going to be about the same. But if you have a
Mm.
pool that is holding up better than arrow, then you are going to earn more arrow. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And so, like, dude, I recalculated how much arrow I have. I have like over 20,000 arrow now.
Whoo, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. So,
I didn't realize there was a whole this whole month is packed with crypto events. We got the crypto summit at the White House on Friday, and then that's going to hint at either like, oh, well, I mean, we've already got the strategic reserve, but maybe more info on that, or zero capital gains. Another one is this digital asset summit in New
mhm.
York City, March 18th through the 20th. So it's the premier institutional conference targeting investors, banks, and regulators. Discussions will cover stablecoins, tokenized assets, and
Mhm.
global regulatory frameworks. So this is what I think would be the one
When
to
it
look out
when it
for.
says perfect for anyone tracking institutional adoption.
Institutional adoption.
So,
Yeah.
so
And then DC Blockchain Summit at the end of the month.
and something that people need to like keep in mind. Yeah, I mean, I know we're all just beat down, and just, and a lot of people have capitulated. I mean, I feel it.
Looks like
I
we're
mean,
capitulating right now.
well, even as bullish as I am still, I feel it. I mean, I fully expected by now that I was going to be peeling profits. I mean, by this time, in my mind,
Ooh.
and the way that everybody was talking, the way the cycles go, yeah, look at that. Um, you
Yeah,
know,
there's ETH. Damn, my beautiful ranges.
dude, yeah,
Oh, dude, it was perfect because I was like, oh, yeah,
yeah.
we're going to bounce in the range. And then I was earning, and yeah, we're
Mhm.
out.
No, but yeah, it's, you just, if it's within you to stay stoic, to stay
Mhm.
unemotional, keep a logical mind. Look at what is going on. Look at all of the work in government, these billion and trillion dollar companies that are building out. the regulation, that are
Mhm.
investing, huge sums of money into these projects. Ondo, Bitcoin, Ethereum, just all of these. They are manipulating the fuck out of these markets right now. Look at that chart. They are
Yeah.
pumping it so that it pumps their bags, and then they're selling and dumping it so they can buy back in when it dips like this. They're
Mhm.
just stacking their bags, and the crypto that they're stacking is the people that are capitulating, the people that are bailing out of the market because they're just beat up and tired, and they're investing money that they probably shouldn't have, and they're getting out
Mhm.
at a loss, or breaking even maybe if they're lucky. I mean, you just
But who was it that was saying that the majority of people who are, getting out were they had just recently got in. So it's
yeah.
all new fresh heads. So
Yeah, it was
you're
like on Bitcoin. It was basically people. It was on Crypto Banters where I saw it. It was a post on X that he showed, and it was like what was it? 1 to 4 weeks, like 5 to 8 weeks, something like that. It was tiered out like that, and it was basically
mm,
the people in the past 6 months to a year were like the only ones that were selling. Like anyone that was like a year or more, they were like not like it was minuscule the amount of people that were selling. Just because it really is. It's the newer people that don't understand crypto that they experienced their first dump. They saw that it was going to 100,000. It was above 100,000. Everyone was talking. It was going to 250. Everyone piled in. Because all the ETFs and institutional adoption and all that stuff, and they thought it was going to be nothing but up and to the right. And then they
mhm.
experienced their first dump, and they were just like, abandon ship, abandon ship. And they were bailing over the sides, women and children first. It's like
Mhm.
it was panic mode. So yeah, I mean, don't
Ooh,
don't get shooken out. Um, you know, do what
yeah, there's
obviously do what you need to do with your investments, but I'm not going anywhere. I haven't sold a single token. Um, only the closest I've come to selling anything is swapping. I've swapped some Arrow and some earnings into Plume and some other projects like Link, and plus up those bags, and that's the only thing I'm doing. I'm not adding any of my own money anymore because I'm earning. I mean, even last month, that shitty month we had in February, I still earned $2,000. From my $10,000 that I had in DeFi. So I still made a 20% ROI in a shit ass month. Where everything was dumping.
yeah, if you can hold on now, man, um, it's I don't know, this month, at least for myself, is gonna be pretty packed. My personal life, there's a lot of stuff because we'll be moving at the end of the month. So
That's
uh
right.
and it'll be nice because once I get my security deposit back, I'll have quite a nice set of dry powder to go. So I'm kind of like caught in a conflicting position because I want to see it kind of stay sideways at least, not tank, but just kind of drop, maybe go sideways and stuff in another month or two. And once I can get my security deposit and have you know a little bit to throw at it, I'll be really
No,
happy. But
absolutely.
I'll definitely be utilizing that for. I'm gonna do quite a few different ranges on different liquidity pools, just so seeing the the one I set up this past week, the just playing around with it and seeing how it works, really gave me a good idea on how I want to just set my strategy, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, and Chili, I mean, he made a comment. I know he's kind of joking, but I mean, it's a good point. The people that are capitulating and selling, what are you going to do with that money? I mean, unless you need to pay
Mhm.
your rent or your mortgage or something, what else are
Yeah.
you going to invest it in?
Mhm.
Everything's tanking and moving the same right now. It's you might as well just hold. At this point,
Mhm.
stay the course. Whenever when you're sailing and you're in a storm, just hold the course, man. And then of course you got Rifleman. He's talking about he took some profits along the way, but wish he had taken more based off the fear and greed. We can all do
Oh,
better at that.
yeah.
I mean, I'm terrible at that. I mean, I've had like I said, my total portfolio has been above 100,000, and I'm sitting at like 60 now. It's like I've watched it go up and I watched it go down because I have my targets and I'm holding until I hit my targets. I'm sticking to my thesis.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, even with Ethereum, I mean, this is you got a double bottom happening, so the momentum, at least for Ethereum, is kinda coming up a little bit. I mean, maybe this last dump. Oh, man, yeah.
It heard you. It heard you.
Yeah, this I mean, we still got a little ways to go, but I like Jason Casper, man, when he's got the uneven butt cheeks going on.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Like,
juicy ravioli.
yeah, the juicy raviolis and
The Sam
the man
Bankman-Fried, man.
boobs, the Sam Bankman-Fried man boobs, the
The
six
Sam
Juanita.
Moodman-Fried. Yeah, dude, that dude is oh, man. I'm
He
glad
seems
we
like
have people like that around.
honestly, I love watching him just because of his positive attitude. I mean, even when he
Yeah.
a while back he lost like I think it was a couple hundred grand. Like he got
Oh,
hacked or something
it
for like
was $700,000.
yeah, and
Mhm.
he was just like, oh well, lesson learned. Just such a solid dude.
Yeah. No, I saw not long after that happened, I was watching his stream and he was talking about it, and it was I think his Exodus wallet on his desktop somehow got hacked, and all and that wasn't long before I had, or it was like maybe no, it might have been the year before I got hacked because it was a couple years ago, I think, when it happened to him, um, or early last year. But that's the first person I thought about when my wallet got drained. Is like,
Mm.
hey man, look at this. He fucking had $750,000 fucking gone. And he's still up here like, no, we're gonna get it back. This sucks. He's gonna use it for
Mhm.
his homestead and all this. And a lot of people will just say, fuck this, throw it all out. And you really gotta be tough and just if you need to get therapy for that, I don't blame you at all. You need to go talk to someone. Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but if you can handle that and pull through like he did, is it shows a lot.
Oh no, absolutely. It's and Rifleman has a good point. This is a small community, and we can hold each other accountable more. I mean,
Hmm.
and maybe that's something that we need to do. Like I hate using Discord and stuff like that. But I really wouldn't mind. I know on X, anybody that's interested, follow me and Jeff on X. I started a chat, just a chat in there to where we can give each
Mm.
other a heads up on anything, DeFi or airdrops or whatever. Um, like I shared that Plume liquidity pool earlier, and some of the
Yeah.
other people in the chat, are somebody. It might have been IMF or they
Yeah, we
somebody
got a little
shared.
nice little group in there.
Well, they shared the Uphold. Uphold started staking again, and just keeping each other. So, like Rifleman, if you want in on that, let me know or follow
Oh,
me.
Ron.
Yeah, follow me, and let's just have a little community in there. Where we can. What's Jeff's name? He's the blockchain report
Yeah, I'll pull it
here.
up.
Yeah, pull it up. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, pull mine up if you would, don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
Um,
you.
so yeah, maybe riflemen. Maybe we need to keep a close eye on the fear and greed, and maybe give each other a heads up, and and on like the pie
Ooh.
chart. When we start getting towards
Here.
the market, the bull market top, let's make sure that we're, at least giving people a heads up that, hey, you might want to peel some profits. You might want to, think about, making sure that you have a good, portion of your investments out. We're getting towards the end of the bull run, kind of talk. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, veteran for crypto. And then BCR 142.
There you go. So yeah,
Yeah, and I'm glad you started that little chat, because it is good. A lot of people don't use Discord and stuff, and they don't always see the stuff that we post. So having a tight knit group that we can share stuff off of like that would be really cool.
well, and maybe if we do end up, being successful at getting that DeFi platform together, maybe we can integrate something into that, because I'd be a lot
Mhm.
better at checking something like that if I'm, every day, if I'm in there and it's part of my daily routine of checking my investments and stuff. It's just Discord is just like such over on its own. It's
Yeah,
it's just something that I forget about, and I forget to check in on it. Whereas X, is part of my daily routine. I go in there, I see what's going on. I see,
mhm.
the people that I'm following. See what's going on in the markets. See what breaking news there is. All that kind of stuff.
There's no
So
shows really on Discord. There's community
no,
hangouts and stuff, but it's more for just community hangouts and chats. And Twitter's where, or X is, you get all the latest news and what's happening and all the shows. And
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's I just yeah. I mean, Discord to me just feels like something from back in the early 2000s. It's
it does the Yahoo chat rooms and
yeah, yeah.
servers. Yeah.
It's not even a chat room, because I mean, it's not even like it's bloop bloop bloop. It's like somebody just went in there and made like their little Craigslist post. And then it's like, it's just a string of Craigslist posts basically.
Oh, and it depends on what you go in, because usually all the crypto stuff that I'm in, um,
Mhm.
they're they're like actual. They have different server channels, or channels in the server. I'm actually gonna pull up my Discord,
Yeah, like I
because
said, it's just there's so many
because
things that.
I created it just because I can't get to all the stuff on YouTube, like all the comments and
Mhm.
shit on YouTube, and trying to interact with people directly, in the chat would be really helpful. So, this is the main general chat that, we got a lot of interaction and stuff. So we got a testnet channel, and there's stuff like the announcements tab where I just,
See,
or
and I'm
the
maybe it's just
YouTube
because
where I
I'm
just
old,
post.
but that's just confusing as shit to me.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. And it's very niche, I feel, cuz Discord really started as a gaming, or place for gamers. And I didn't really know anything about it until I got into really heavy into stock trading and going in different Discords for
Hmm.
stock channels. And then moving into crypto, getting in these crypto Discords. And many projects for testnets require you to verify in the Discord
Uh,
that you, in order to claim the airdrop, sometimes you have to have a verified human badge. So, and I've missed out on some because I'll leave Discords because I have too many, and it's just like, I don't want to
yeah.
be in every fucking project's Discord, man. So
Oh, yeah. No, I think that. Well, I mean, Blockchain Basement. I mean, that was probably the last one that I was active in because I was helping Drew out with the channel for a while. Um, but yeah, it's just like I said, it's something that I always meant to be in there, at least once a day and stuff like that. But I just get so many things going on that I like for like weeks I'll forget to go in there and check and so I'd have people messaging me on the show, hey, I left your message in there. Can you go check it? And I'm just like, oh shit, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Wait, I am our first VA rifleman. So he said, I think some hardcore alt right people were using it, the Discord. So I think there was something a few years ago where somebody leaked sensitive government documents on Discord, and there was a whole thing. I don't remember what exactly that was, but I know what you're talking about. But yeah, that was a weird one. I'll have to find it and share it with you because that was interesting.
yeah. So no, it's like I said, I mean, yeah, maybe we'll try to come up with some kind of community thing, like on the platform that we're trying to build to where people can talk about just talk about DeFi and talk about
A forum, like a little forum.
yeah maybe it's just like a yeah, I don't know, yeah, we'll brainstorm that, but yeah, have your
The
brother get a hold of me
possibilities.
because, like I said, I'm gonna start seeing if I can start working on it tomorrow. But I know he's obviously much more savvy when it comes to software design, and he could probably knock it out pretty quick because Taylor actually today, I mean, he's not a software guy at all, and he actually built out a tool that just this morning in a couple of hours that scrapes his email for all the questions that anyone's ever asked him, like legal questions. And then the
Mhm.
AI, it automatically puts that onto a Excel spreadsheet, like into the different, fields. And then and it basically built out an AI for him. The AI built out an AI for him that uses that database to answer future questions for him. So anytime
Mm.
anybody emails him or even calls him, it will actually reference that database for somebody that asked that question before, and so that it can give them the answer. So he
Oh, that's
built that
cool.
out like in like the AI, the integration, everything, with no software experience in a couple of hours this morning.
Whoa.
So I mean, building a web
Productivity
page.
through the roof, man.
Well, just I mean, and so building like
Mhm.
a simple web page that just displays using some a couple of APIs. I mean, even if we just started out with Uniswap and Aerodrome and a couple of the larger ones, um,
Mhm.
we I mean I should be able to get that up tomorrow. If everything goes good. So
Yeah,
anyway,
so it's okay to give him your number, my brother
yeah,
or
yeah,
Rob?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he noticed that he's like, "Yeah, you and Mike are go go go." And he's like, "I
Yeah.
noticed me and Taylor are kind of like, the level head."
Yeah. Well,
I was
my
like, "That's a
thing,
good balance."
yeah, yeah, no. Well, and that's why it's good to have a group of people, because
Mhm.
Taylor is very business minded. He's made mistakes, he's had successes. He's very successful, and so he knows how to go about these things. That's why I wanted him involved. But at the same time, it's like I'm very much where it's like especially if it's sweat equity, it's talk it out, come up with the most efficient, straightforward way to get it done, and let's execute.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it for weeks and months. It's like let's come up with a solid plan, like we did. It's
Yeah.
like all right, what is the easiest thing that we can get done that needs to get done before the rest can get done. It's like, all right,
Mhm.
well, we need the integration, with the different DeFi platforms. and to build out the database that the web page will, basically draw from to display.
Hmm.
Perfect. Let's
Yeah.
let's go. Let's
Let's
do
go.
it. That's the way my mind works, because that's the way we are in the military. It's like, what's the mission?
Yeah.
All right, the
Yep.
mission is you go here and you do this. All right, what's the best way to go from here to there to do that? All right, this. All right, break. Let's fucking do this.
And how much of that, do you build off of on future missions and stuff too? That experience, like,
Yep.
all this stuff that I've learned in the past that doesn't even necessarily apply to crypto, or things that I've learned that I'm like, oh shit, this is, going to benefit me in this way. So it's always great to, even if you go fast and don't have the full scope of the plan, if you have the groundwork to run, you
go
just
fast and
go.
break shit.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go fast and break shit. Oh, hey, we got Matthew Withrow in here. So
Withrow.
yeah, we got a new face.
Cetus? What is
I've heard of
CETUS?
Cetus, and I've heard of Myro, and I've definitely heard of Casper. Casper's my largest holding, Matthew.
Yes.
It might be a bad idea, it might be a good idea, but I've been singing the praises of Casper for years now, and all my Casper is fully staked and been earning for years. So I hope Casper goes to, if Casper goes to $1, I'm going to be a millionaire. So I'll just leave it at that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I hope Casper does
what
something.
project is Cetus? Like, what does Cetus do?
I don't know. I've heard of it, and I've heard of Myro, but yeah, Casper is. I'm definitely bullish on Casper, but it hasn't done anything yet. The highest I've seen it get was just above 6 cents. Yeah, no,
okay.
I've been earning.
Dex on Sue or Sui. Sui.
Oh, it's a Dex on Sui.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to check that out. I don't have any DeFi plays on Sui yet. I need to get some though. Sui's a good project.
Yeah, Cetus protocol contract.
Looks like might be a good time to buy. DeFi, I've been this is something I've been saying for a long time, and
this is the daily. This is 45 cents down to 10 or at 9.
Oh, dude,
9,
that's
8?
a good entry. If you're bullish on it. So this is something that I've been saying for a long time, and I'm starting to hear some people that are much smarter than me start to say it, is that DeFi and RWAs are going to be a huge, like I was saying this like a year and a half ago, even before I got into DeFi, that RWAs and DeFi are going to be huge this cycle. And the reason that I started saying that is because I saw institutional adoption coming. And I saw the banks pushing back, and you started to hear rumors of JP Morgan Chase, where they were, secretly buying crypto and, things like that. And when banks and when the big players start getting involved, and you understand blockchain technology and the use cases for it, with making illiquid assets liquid, being able to have 24/7 365 trading on everything, just the way that it will just bring traditional finance to the next level, the modern level. Once you understand that and that clicks in your head, you can see that DeFi and RWAs, like AI is going to be big, but I don't think that it's going to be as big as people think in crypto. I think as far as crypto and use cases, I personally think, and I could be wrong, that DeFi and RWAs are going to be where the majority of the liquidity and the TVL is going to end up.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, because AI is just one small application. It'll make things more efficient, or certain things, or many things more efficient. But yeah, RWAs will be a huge part. Just because there's just so much more. Oh yeah, there we go. 82.
Well, and
Woo!
not to say that you're not going to make money. I'm not saying you're not going to make money on
Yeah.
AI plays and gaming and all these other
Yeah, you make
categories.
money anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I see the biggest bang for your buck. Again, I'm not an expert, but I see the biggest bang for the buck and following where follow the money and the largest volume of money. Like look at Ondo right now. It just passed $1 billion of TVL. It's doubled just in the short term. Like I think in like the past like month or something, it's doubled. Its TVL has doubled, but its price has been cut in half. I mean, it was at $2 and something cents, and now it's below a
Market
dollar.
cap.
But its TVL has doubled.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, let's
see,
see DeFi Llama. We'll go
yeah,
to
see, it's
DeFi
over a
Llama.
billion dollars.
We loading? There we go. So, uh, weekly
Is that Ondo?
TBO. The
That's stable coins.
oh, that's stable coins. I was like, it took me because it took me there. I was like, wait,
Yeah, just type in Ondo up in the
yeah,
search.
it
There
gave
you
me
go.
it. Look, it has the link right here. Why didn't it take me to the fucking? It just took me to the homepage.
Yeah, look at that.
Shit. So
You can
TVL,
that
yeah.
well that bar at the bottom, like scroll over. You lost some of it. Yeah, there you
Oh
go.
yeah. Okay, so this is just yeah. We'll just do 2025 because it's pretty much flat. So you bet 500 mil, 600 mil, and then just the past 2 weeks.
Yep.
I mean, you got
It's like it's just these like all these dumps that we're going
wow,
through. That's what I'm trying
100
to tell
million,
people is
100 million every couple days, 100 million every up, they're flat.
dude, that's what I'm
Couple
telling you
days.
is this shows you the manipulation. The price
Whoa.
the price has more than cut in half and the TVL has more than doubled. What does
Mm-hmm.
that tell you? It tells you they're suppressing the price so they can stack. That is what they're doing. It just hold, do not get fudded out. Hold what you
Mm-hmm.
got. You're gonna make money.
Yeah. Okay, 61.3% Ondo will be unlocked in 10 months. That's a big number.
Well, it's I'm wanting to say it's not all at the same time. I could be wrong. I think
Okay.
it's spread out over a period of time. Like I'm wanting to
The
say it's over like a couple of years or something like that.
Yeah, it normally is, but when it says 61.3%, I don't know why it would be that much because usually it's only like, it's a
Well,
smaller percentage.
well, I think it unlocks, but they're not dumping it all on the market. I think that they're spreading it
Okay.
out over a period of time.
Okay.
And I could be wrong, but I swear that I heard. I think it might have been Josh on Discover Crypto talking about it, and he was talking about because there was a bunch of FUD about it, and you know him, he's always talking about Ondo like even more than me. So he was going on about it and saying that it was yes that there's an unlock, but it's spread across a substantial period of time. I'm wanting to say it was like
That's
like a
good.
year or a couple of years.
That's good.
But yeah,
Dang.
so again, if you're looking at RWAs, two pretty safe bets if you want to have a cross chain interoperability play, Link, especially at these prices right now. I think last I looked, it was like $16, $17. and
Mm.
Ondo. Obviously Ondo, anything Ondo under $1, load up.
I
Like we
mean, this
just
is
pointed.
beautiful.
Yeah, look
Look,
at
it's
that.
steady, just, and it's a slow, like almost just, like they say 1% a day. If you just do 1% or 0.5% improvement each day, a year from now, you'll be, way in a way better place. Just like this. It's like slow and steady. And then big ramp up. It's like steady for the next 10 months and then a little dip and rip.
Dude, and
You
it's not
got
done yet. I mean,
no.
I'll be honest. Like looking at this chart right now, I mean, fast forward, a year, two, three, this, this what we're looking at that that we're seeing as a big pump is going to be a
Mhm.
blip on the radar. I mean, you're going to look at this. I mean, because right now we're talking $1 billion. That's nothing when it comes to RWAs. I mean, you're talking trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars that are going to be locked on these blockchains. You got stocks, you got U.S. Treasuries, you got real estate, you have gold, you have just anything and everything. Just anything that can be tokenized, art,
Mhm.
anything that can be tokenized is going to be tokenized to make it liquid. And it's when this switch is flipped and everything starts flooding on to the blockchain for RWAs, it's going to be epic. And if you just have a toe in the water, I mean, you don't need to have don't feel bad if you don't have $10,000 in Ondo and stuff like that. If you have $1,000 or $500 in Ondo, you very well could end up, if you hold on to it, this bull market. I don't know. What would you say? Ondo to $6, $7?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, cuz look at the gap right here with the market cap and the total value locked. The market cap's coming down, like, the price, like you said, more TVL, but the price is coming down, so it's going to be hard to beat.
Pull up the price. Like, go back.
Oh, back. Yeah,
Yeah,
TVL, market cap, and
do
price.
Ondo price and then get
Okay.
rid of market cap.
Okay.
There you go. That's what you want to look at. Look at that fucking separation between the TVL and the freaking price.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a huge buying opportunity. So, what is the
Yeah.
price? What is it? It's
Oh, the
yeah,
price is
dude.
97 cents?
Well, I'm looking at that separation there. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what,
Okay,
what was
so
what was that? What
we're
was
right
that app that
here.
always said "mind the gap"?
Oh, shit. I know the saying.
Yeah, that gap between the girl's thighs. They always said "mind the gap." That
Yeah, yeah,
that's that's
yeah.
that's what that is right there. Mind that gap. Mind that gap.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I haven't gotten any Ondo, but that is something that now that we are down at these levels, I'd like to
Dude,
get that'll be one that scoop up
security
um
deposit, man.
along this. Yeah, yeah. No, seriously, and I'll definitely want to put some of these in some pools if you come across. Do you have one for Ondo?
Do I have
Is there a
what?
good liquidity pool for Ondo?
No, unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a good one. I found one, but it,
Okay.
it wasn't earning anything. But I have a substantial Ondo bag.
Um
Actually, let me see if it kicked
oh,
off at
so
all.
Matthew asked if he said, I missed if you covered as I had a work call, but are you concerned government is going to buy these cryptos direct and not on exchanges?
I'm not. and
But it's
it, and
still
that's a
the price
and
will
that's a
go
good
up,
question. That's a good question. Do you want to? Do you
right?
want?
Because
Do you
it
want
won't directly. So buying it OTC, right? It won't affect it directly, right? It doesn't cause the market volatility because they might not necessarily want it to spike immediately. They kind of go OTC, and I don't know how they facilitate the whole thing and not make it skyrocket the price, but
yeah,
um, that might be another way or reason why they would want to do it that way. I mean, either
yeah,
way,
yeah.
you're still going to get states coming in to buy it, institutions and companies that they're going to be hot for Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Too hot.
and don't necessarily worry about that. They're not pumping the price right now. Just the knowledge that they are stacking the way they are. They're spending hundreds of millions and billions of dollars in investing into these markets. That should be all you need to know. And to buy these same projects, use the transparency that's on the blockchain to see what, and watch the shows and see what it is they're investing in, and just simply invest in what they're investing in. It's that easy. And just have the
Hmm.
patience. Don't pay, just like with DeFi, don't pay attention to the price. Pay attention to the fact that they're buying it, they're building on it, it's going to be
Hmm.
utilized. The price will come. It's not going to come when you want it to. It's a lot like life and relationships. They don't come when you want them to, but they do eventually. It's like, but
Mm.
so yeah.
Yeah. So rifleman, that it would be interesting. I would just wonder how it would affect the markets if it would totally screw people if it pumped or dumped. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to ask some more experienced people in that area to know what the OTC deals consist of and how they get them on the blockchain. Because, like, if you buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and you don't want it to immediately affect the price or buy it on an exchange, you've got to go OTC or backdoor deals.
Well,
But if you're buying it
basically, I
all
mean,
at once,
it's just like if I transfer you, like say that I had 100,000 Bitcoin, and I just transfer it to you, and you pay me, it's not going to show up.
okay,
It's not
okay,
going to affect the
yeah,
price. So
yeah,
that's
true.
basically what they're doing, is they're buying it from exchanges and stuff like that. It's just not on the exchange. So that volume,
Hmm.
it doesn't, you don't get that volume spike that drives the
I got
price
it.
up and stuff like that. So that's basically what they mean by OTC, is it's the market doesn't
Separate
feel.
basket.
Yes, but
Okay.
they potentially are selling like that too. But what I think is happening with this manipulation, and people smarter than me are probably going to tell me I'm wrong about this. What I think is happening is they are buying it OTC, and then they're churning around, selling it on the market to dump the price, and then because they're selling at a higher price, and then they dump the price, and then they buy back in and wait for it to pump again, and they dump it and dump the price, and they're just
Hmm.
doing this rinse and repeat to, like I said, stack their own bags, and they're going to do that until they're ready for the market to pump. When they feel the market is primed, and they're going to sell and they're going to dump the market when we least expect it. I honestly believe that the historical cycles that people in crypto, that a lot of these influencers are talking about, and the way that this bull cycle is going to play out, those days are over. We just need to
Hmm.
accept that we are in uncharted waters. We have never had institutions, big money, governments, regulations, all of these things are brand new, and they are hugely, hugely impactful to the disrupting the cycle.
Hmm.
And so it's retail is what was driving the market before. It was 100% retail. That was it. So it all had to do with fear and greed and emotion and charting out those emotions. That's over. We are at the mercy of the big institutions now. And so,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the regular stock market. You're not going to, make money in the short term. You have to find good investments. You have to invest your money. And unless the fundamentals change, you hold what you got. You ride out the market because eventually they'll pump.
Mm-hmm.
The,
Yeah.
the first buyers of Tesla, the first buyers of Amazon, the first buyers of Microsoft and Kodak, and all those ones that ended up making people insanely rich. There were
Mm-hmm.
people that got shook out. There were
Yep.
people that sold. So
And you
you
don't
just
think they're licking their chops at a 20-30% pullback, and that's just a normal thing in crypto? They can't get that in traditional finance unless a recession or COVID. You're like, damn, every 5 years I can get 20%. But in crypto, we can invest in Bitcoin now. And oh, look, we're at all-time highs. Let's hit this dump button and just buy back in lower and shake these fuckers out. Like they can do that. Especially in crypto, you have way more people that are going to be willing to give you their bags. It's just
yeah. Well, those of us that were here for the bear market that were buying, hold what
mm-hmm.
you got because you were in before they were. And if you're holding these projects that they're investing in and they're building on, you are set up in a beautiful, beautiful way. Hold what you got, and again, unless the fundamentals change, unless, something happens with that project to where, it basically changes the whole thesis on that investment.
Mm-hmm.
Stay. Don't get shook out. So what do we got here? We'll answer a couple questions before we.
Maybe XRP escrow. Yeah, I mean, I think XRP would be.
It'd be a good long-term hold.
Yeah, just because of the whole banking. I mean, it has been building and developing for over a decade. So it's not like it's just been a flash in the pan. It just got hit real hard with the SEC lawsuit, and I mean, seeing it pump like that.
Well, I actually sold a bunch of my XRP after a 3x. I didn't get the full pump, but I actually bought the Ripple pre-IPO. I used it to buy the Ripple pre-IPO. So I am hoping that they do an IPO and that goes to freaking Valhalla because, yeah, I'll be very happy if Ripple the company does really well.
Mm-hmm. My tie all day.
They got their stable coin now. They got XRP. I figured it was a smarter play to invest in the company than just XRP.
Yeah, because it is Ripple. It's out of San Francisco, I believe. The company.
Well, I think so. I know they had a UK office. I want to say they had a New York office and a San Francisco office, and they almost left the US with the whole SEC thing, but they obviously didn't.
Yeah, and it's it's great to see that there's no these lawsuits being dropped. Aave Aave, they or was it Uniswap? No, it was Aave, right? That they came after. Fuck, I don't remember.
So ugly. Why did you guys start talking about your portfolio and looking at your portfolio? I just looked at mine.
Yeah.
So depressing. So depressing. I know, dude. Chilly. 24 hours ago, I was like, hey, cool. Yeah, maybe we're gonna do something finally. And no. I won't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Rifleman mentioned earlier about Bybit manipulating Ohm mantra.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that it was Bybit's token. I knew they were an RWA project, but I didn't know it was Bybit's RWA. Like, does
Oh, I
Bybit?
didn't either.
I thought it was its own project. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if a platform would be manipulating the price like FTX did.
Well,
But
there was
Mantra has a big
rumors.
airdrop coming out
There was
this month.
rumors that what was it? Binance was behind this recent manipulation with Bitcoin dumping.
Hmm.
I didn't get all the details, but I heard it in a couple different places that there was some on-chain, some pretty solid on-chain, evidence that they're the ones that dumped the market.
Oh shit. Oh, that's interesting.
So maybe we'll
Oh,
have to look
so
into that.
he said it's like Ondo to BlackRock and Mantra to Bybit.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
he's saying how BlackRock is using Ondo to do their tokenization. So supposedly
Okay.
Bybit is using Ohm.
Interesting. Yeah. I know there's big hype on the project and the token that's dropping this month. Or not dropping, but there's a big airdrop unlock that people are hyped for. But
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry.
yeah, let's see.
Well,
Oh no.
are we dumping again?
I accidentally deleted a message.
Oh,
I'm sorry. This little thing, I clicked on one of the messages and it accidentally like removed it. I'm sorry, Rifleman. Oh, did I ban him? What? Why are his other messages deleted?
Rifleman?
Oh,
No, I
oh,
see. I see him.
okay. Because I clicked something and the bottom of these commands say put user in timeout. I hope I didn't do that. I'm sorry.
so
I'm not
so
Isaac,
here,
man. I'm not trying to ban everyone. You are
I know,
banned.
right? Banned. Let's
Oh,
see. So like it looks like Ondo here is the Ondo. So it looks like they are starting to earn. So there's an ETH Ondo pair, which I don't
mhm.
know if I want to risk my Ondo on an ETH Ondo pair for 16%. Um, I really like these stable coin. Oh well, here's a 30% USDT Ondo. It's some those that aren't familiar. I personally like the stable coin pair, with the volatile asset, just because one, it's easier, at a glance to understand, as the price of that asset goes up and down, how it's affecting, staying in range and things like that. When it
Mhm.
pumps, especially in AMM, when it pumps, you don't get as much price appreciation. But whenever it's going sideways, and especially if it's an AMM, if it's going down, it's not going to go down as much either, because it's
Mhm.
DCAing you in and out. So it's like, yeah, you're not getting the price appreciation going up, but you're not getting it hit as hard going down. And whenever it's moving side, and if it's going up, if it's going down, if it's going sideways, you're always earning. So that's
Mhm.
kind of you're always just tick 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 tick, increasing your holdings in that asset. So yeah, I might have to look at least putting some of my Ondo in, if I can find an AMM.
Yeah, is
If I'm like,
Uniswap the only place you've
that's
it's at right now?
oh, never mind. No, that's super low TVL.
Mhm.
The only ones that I would even think about is these two ETH Ondo. One's 5.5 million, and the other one is 36K, still under my 250K. And then 1 day volume, that one is trash. Only 21K of volume. You're not going to get hardly any fees. This one up here, this version 3, is about the only one that I'd even touch.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense because V4, I think they just released
launched.
V4. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. See, I broke my own rule earlier when I entered this Plume USDC. I just looked at the TVL. I didn't look at the frickin'. Well, I guess the 1 day volume
Oh, 1 day.
is today. So today's been kind of trash. So it will probably pump up to the 250K. Anyway. All right. Well, should we
Yeah,
call
because
it?
that's a little less than 1 million a day in a month. So that's still
Yeah.
pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, I just like to see at least 250K,
Hmm.
of a TVL, and at least equal to or greater than the TVL in daily volume. That's a good solid liquidity pool to get into.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all
Well,
anyone else has.
gentlemen, we appreciate you. Chili Rainbow,
Yes, yes.
Rifleman,
Deadwood, IMJ,
Matthew. Who else we
Cryptomanic.
got? DCA and Prey. Appreciate you, brother.
DCA
Let's go through
Prey,
all these. I want to make sure I give
Rifleman,
shout outs to everybody that took the time.
Rifleman
And
Matthew,
I definitely appreciate the everyone contributing in the chat. Let's see.
Yeah, great to add different viewpoints and
IMJ, see you in there. Cryptomaniac 1776. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man, you guys were busy in the chat. All right.
yeah.
So yeah, sorry if we missed anything. But yeah, definitely reach out to us. Follow us on Twitter, and and definitely on YouTube, and like and share. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. If you reach out to somebody and they start asking you for access to your wallet and stuff, that's not us.
Yeah. We will never ask you for we won't ask you to invest anything
No.
or none of that.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Jeff, and yeah, have Rob reach out to me, tomorrow or something like that. I definitely want to talk to him and see if we can, make this thing scoot a little faster.
Yeah. I saw he was sending me messages earlier while we were on the stream, so I'll hit him up while I'm making dinner.
Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, everybody in the chat and Jeff, message us on X on name ideas for the website. For the DeFi platform website.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get some cool names. Bouncing around and see if we can come up. Maybe we'll call it sacknastystepmom.com.
Sack Nasty Stepmom Tracker.
yeah. Oh man, she's everywhere. I don't know if I could build that database. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Appreciate you, man. We'll see you guys later.
Veteran Crypto out.